Alright, what's up, loves? It's Cootie-chan coming to you live. Just want to say hello to all. Just out here chilling with my squirrel, Growlet. And today, I wanted to kind of continue the seasonal vibes. Hello, buddy. Hello. I wanted to take us to somewhere that's a little bit more appropriate for the weather outside. And what better way to do that than also to dress the part? We're going to be heading to a place that has nice autumn vibes in the Paldea region. If you know, you know. And what has a good vibe like that? Maybe this autumn uniform? Oh yeah, I'm feeling that for sure. I don't think we need a hat. I think we're good with all of this. Yeah, something simple. Let's get it. Okay, and I'm actually gonna want to take the scenic route. Apparently, so does Growlithe. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a little running start. And we're gonna take off, my friends, towards Casseroya Lake. I'm gonna fly over the Asado Desert, which is quite an interesting spot. I think I still have to catch my Titan Great Tusk. I actually thought I did it. There's actually quite a few Pokemon that I've left here. There's also a Moltres in one of those areas that I've left. Because I have a lot of these Pokemon already, just as a person that's been playing Pokemon since the get-go, I will say that I so wish that I had kept my older games, my original games, but I know it's like stand in line, that's a lot of us, now that we can see the value of a lot of these games. But I at least have a couple Pokemon in my boxes that I have had since X and Y. That's about as far back as my Pokemon go, that I have kept. So I still have X and Y, still have Moon, Ultra Sun, Alpha Sapphire, and Pokemon White version. So those are all the games I still have. Oh, I think I've migrated a couple from White version. So that's about as far back as I have. So it would be awesome to have all that, but you know, it's cool. So yes, this is the spot in Casseroya that we're going to go, but surprise, surprise, we're gonna take a small detour real quick. I wanna get some mid-autumn vibes, some not so autumn yet vibes. And why, you ask? Because it is the perfect spot for a delicious breakfast. I mean, you gotta get the babes up. Okay, also, side note, I need some Croagunk materials, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna roast these little puppies real quick. Talk about breakfast. Oh my gosh! I mean, that's what I get for running up on them, but you know, that Toxicroak is not playing. In fact, come here. Wait. Let me show you. Let's see what's up. Let's give it an old... Yeah, I think that's... As they say in Monster Hunter, nothing personal, buddy. I'm actually quite the gentle trainer, but if this is the mechanic that you gotta use to get your materials, that's what I'm gonna do. So, anyways, we are back. No Staraptor, love ya, but it's not what we're doing. Oh, is it gonna do that thing where it stays? Okay, fine. Well, that's not a problem. Not at all. You have a nice stack? Yes, you do. I'm always ready to defend myself out in the crazy wilds of Paldea. If it's just for a picnic, it's just for a picnic. Yeah, Staraptor, we know. as I was saying, I know, I totally, like, I was the one that came into the nature and, like, disturbed all the peace, so it's fine, it's cool, but I want to get, like, a good spot, set it on up. I love seeking the shelter of a nice tree, you know? Just take a look. Take a look at this. Like, how scenic. You know, you've got these beautiful pine trees. I'm a big fan of pine trees. We have a couple where I live. A couple. we have many spots where they crop up where I live. And just, yeah, what scenery? We've got cute little A-palm over there with its eyes just staring. No, he's a cutie and he's strong. We love him. I think I've gotten all these to max friendship. I don't need to do too much. Well, some of them are max friendship. Yeah, if you guys want to chill, you guys can chill out. One thing that I like to do just for role-playing purposes is I like to check all the Pokemon that I have and then kind of create a diet that kind of matches what they would eat. Obviously, that doesn't always go through, but like if I have a bunch of grass types, I want to choose something a little more vegetarian, or just kind of like tofu. If I have Pokemon like Growlithe and Dugong here, I might choose the fish fillets because I feel like that'd be really good. And like, I'm pretty sure monkeys are omnivores. Most of them are. You know, I like to cater to that because if it raises affection, then I want to do it the best way. So, let's make a Sando. This is breakfast for them, so it's like, what items make a delicious breakfast? Now, I am a spice fiend, but we'll keep it mild. We'll do... I'm feeling the smoked fillet. I'm feeling it. We're just gonna do 3. Gonna do a simple watercress and it's like what goes with that? I mean, bacon and I've done bacon and egg sandwiches so many times, which is really cute, but oh my gosh, am I about to keep it super simple? All right, call me crazy, but you know, in the real world, there are probably so many different kinds of apples and fillets that you could mix together to get a really good flavor. So we're using the imagination. We're gonna go with a light sprinkle of salt, a dash of pepper, and marmalade. We love a simple sandwich. Next. It's like these don't make a difference, but for aesthetics purposes, the sunrise. Delish. Let's lay it down on a bed of apple. That's nice. Working in food service momentarily, I started to notice that some customers would order, instead of a hamburger, they would order a burger on a bed of lettuce. And I was like, a bed of lettuce? What kind of terminology? And then I just started to love it. So it's like anything that's a base is like a bed. So a bed of apple slices. I imagine that some types of apple would complement this flavor. I'm just like, I'm thinking in my head, like how would that work? Simple, see? And then put the bread on top. Now, that's a sandwich. Plink, we got it. Yum. Somehow that fish fillet went through the apple. We're not thinking about that. We're just gonna keep pushing on. Yum. Okay, it's got an element of bitterness. Good to know. Good to know. What buffs did I get? Experience point power flying. That would have been great for that star after that tried to run up. Okay, so the hearts did. Wait a minute. So, Dugong, are you not max friendship? Are we gonna have to talk, my love? Hold up. Oh, see, now I see an opportunity. You love the water anyway. Look at that. I love it. So cute. Yeah, there you go. That would be fun to raise this up to max friendship. Looks like a friendly Pokemon. Cryo's chilling. Okay, they're all communicating. Got it, got it. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Apom. My little Dragon Pecha. And yes, yeah, max friendship. I named it Dragon Pecha because of dragon fruit, and it's like they didn't have dragon fruit in PLA, so why not just, it's also got the color of like dragon fruit, you know? And yes, this was way before Pecha Run even happened, so I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy coincidence. So, let's go explore the autumn wilds of the what is it called, like Grounds Blight Ruins or something? Something like that. Oh my gosh, and yeah, like, now knowing the lore of this game, and realizing that Ting Lu did all this, Ting Lu made this lake. This was a chasm that Ting Lu created. Like, I do not... Speaking of Pokemon that I don't even touch, I caught the Ruinous Legends, and they're sitting in Pokemon Home in a Harmony box. I might describe what a Harmony box is later. But any Pokemon that I just, like, get vibes of, but I don't necessarily want to get rid of, because I want to, you know, give them a chance. I want to give them some redemption. I put them in a Harmony box. Actually, a lot of my boxes are Harmony boxes. And I will explain what that is. If you've played Pokemon XD, you kind of understand what that is, but as somebody that really likes to just mostly emphasize aesthetics and have an importance with aesthetics, Harmony boxes are very important to me. And I'm pretty sure that there are at least a good handful of trainers that do this too. Harmony boxes are not by any means an actual like canon term. It is something that I have made up completely in my head. But it provides a wonderful peace of mind when your boxes are organized in a certain way, if that's your playstyle. What objective do I have here? None really. The main objective always is to find shinies and just see what the environment likes to give you. That's always a fun part. But, like I said, we like to try for the reliable partner mark. We like to walk around, really absorb the atmosphere, and really get to know the land, because you can discover a lot about the lore that's not talked about in YouTube videos, that's not talked about online, by exploring and understanding just what in the heck happened in Paldea. It could be cool to also take on a Terra Raid battle, depending on what it is. I'm not gonna log on Wi-Fi yet. I said this in the previous video that I still have some of my previous event outbreaks still on my map, and I don't want to get rid of them quite yet. Oh, this might be a Corviknight or Belly Bolt. Steel? Yeah, we'll save it. I'll do an easier Terra Raid. Oh. I found a shiny one of these here one time. It's kind of cool. I was like, oh, you're not getting away from me. Okay, okay. I already know what you're thinking. I already know what you're thinking. Toadstool. Let's get it. The ones that aggro, I kind of just let them do their thing. I play sort of a pacifist run. Obviously, that's not what you saw earlier when I went for those Kurogunks. I literally was like, hey, I'm taking these. But usually I feel better in my conscience when I only really attack Pokemon that attack me. Obviously there are technicalities. But it just feels better. You gonna come for me? Yes, you are. Whoop. You thought I just found a shiny Tinkaton about a month ago and didn't realize how much I adore this Pokemon. Like, I get the hype. Not a big Tinkaton fan. Tinkaton's cool. There are certain Pokemon, and this is just how I am on the reg, like, if something ever gets a little too much mainstream attention, I tend to, like, take a second before I like it, and it's not anything deliberate. So I already know Tinkaton's gonna take a second for me to warm up to it. I love Tinkaton. I think it's very cool. You will very, very likely see my opinion towards certain Pokemon. And it's so crazy because, like, from a design perspective, Spidops is so cool, but I'm just, I have a very slight, it's not too crazy, but I have a slight arachnophobia. And I'm like, what? Like, I can't. I can't. I know. And, like, some people are like, dude, it's not that deep. Like, chill out. I would really love to apply logic to my innate, you know, fight or flight response, but that's just not how that works, babe. That's not how that works. I did find a shiny Spidops here once, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. There are definitely some shinies that I find, and I'm like, no, not that one. That's also in Pokemon Go too. Like, me and my friends, when we play, we joke sometimes that it's like, ugh, I don't want to click on certain Pokemon because I know that if it's a shiny, I'll be disappointed. And hey, you know, that's valid. Not all shinies are created equal. Not all Pokemon are created equal. And that's kind of what I love about it, is because, like, I also have some other friends that they absolutely have so much heart for Pokemon that are typically not liked, and it kind of gives me room to not feel like I have to love every single Pokemon. Up until recently, I never completed any Pokedexes, I never did any of that stuff, because I was like, I just want to catch what I want to catch. And then when they started releasing incentives, like the Shiny Meloetta event, for example, I was all for it. And I got myself a Shiny Meloetta, because I was like, that will make me want to complete the Pokedex. Same with Pokemon Legends. There had never been a game where I was really motivated to complete a Pokedex before. Mostly because, if I'm being honest, in the past games, the prizes for completing the Pokedex, I was a little sad. Like, you're giving me a certificate that has no actual in-game rewards? You've got to be kidding me. And then they introduced a Shiny Charm and other things like that, which was really nice. I love these fall vibes. I love these giant trees. Fun fact, I played Skyrim for quite a bit. Oh, is you trying to sneak up? Oh, you jumped off the tree. Listen. That's rude. Don't be rude. Oh, these colors I'm realizing on the screen are like fluorescent. Not the biggest fan of that. I might color correct it in the greater edit, but for now, this. Okay, it's physical. Either Langostini has low physical attack or this thing has high defense. Either or. I don't know, the fluorescence kind of a vibe, especially considering that this is a shiny. I know it did it to Growlithe too, but if shiny Growlithe with this color balance, yeah, that would be kind of wild. I passed these up. Oh my gosh! Look at you trying to ambush. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I know that's like Spidoff's whole shtick, but dang, bro. What you trying to do? Taking a bite. So yes, it is autumn where I live. I really am a big fan of, like, kind of mimicking the outside in, especially because it's a lot cozier indoors. I am a bit of an adventurer. I love to go travel, hop on a plane, go to this country, go to that country. But don't get me wrong, I love the homestead. I love being at home. I love having a nice nice space with which to create and express and do all your fun stuff before you go back outside again. It's so important to me, and I know super important to a lot of people as well. I am gonna figure out this color correction. Pardon me for a slight shake in the camera. I'm gonna try to do some color adjusting on my screen. Let's see, maybe that helps a tad. We'll go through and post and see what we can do. So since I have all level 100s, the experience is definitely not going anywhere. So that is something that I often, oh, look at that tiny fortress. Look how tiny that is. No, it's like really tiny. Thinking. I'm not much for the tiny and jumbo marks, but it's interesting. Oh, in the water. Love that. I'm just gonna eat it. Or it has sturdy. Oh, it's gonna use explosion. I can feel it. I can feel it. Or that. One of those take it out moves, yeah. You'll be back, I know. I'll see you again, Tiny Fortress. I've seen a couple here, but that one was just like, wow. It would be cool to see a shiny fortress attached to a tree. There are just certain methods of getting shinies that I just feel like would be so cool. Thankfully, I already have a shiny fortress. Early on when this game first came out, I had a fortress outbreak out here, and it was really cool to catch one of those. Also, I think it's interesting that there's just one lone Graphii out here. Like, what's the dilly? What's the dealio? Please let me know. I don't see any graffiti trees. I don't see any of that. And I'd like to know what's up, Mr. Monkey. I like how we have two, Apom's not necessarily based on an II, but it does have AI in its name, so I think that's cool. Let's do Diamond Facade. The graphics for these Terra Crowns are just so insane. I will admit, I was in the camp of Kablow. I was in the camp of not really liking the Terra Crowns. When I first saw it, I was like, what the heck am I looking at? But I think it's actually a really smart, oh, look at this purple sky. I love it. I actually do think it was a nice route that Pokemon has been taking for a while now, where they don't take themselves too seriously. Like, I guess something you could compare it to is like Yu-Gi-Oh!, where a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Designs and characters, they are relatively, in terms of design, they're very serious. You still have some of your, like, more cutesy creatures and some of your, like, kind of comedic, but the art style is kind of intense, and Pokemon has kind of kept its age-wide appeal. People say this all the time, like, Pokemon's a game for kids. It's a game for all ages, but it's definitely meant to also be accessible to the younger audience, which is really cool. It's really cool to have that community, and especially now with, like, a lot of millennials, not just in the US, but across the world, that have children, and these millennials, or whatever generation, they grew up on Pokemon, you know, and they want to be able to share that with their kids, and it's so cool. I don't plan on it, but it's always cool to see that, or to think that, like, my friends, when they have kids, they'll probably be Pokemon kids, like, very, very high chance, and it's like, cool, I can be the uncle that nerds out with them. Like, I'm totally cool with that. I'll teach them all the facts, I'll teach them the ropes, if their parents already haven't, which they probably will, and we can just be like Pokemon oldies all together, and we can just watch the kiddos become champions just like we were champions, you know? A fun vibe. Oh, and it looks like the sun is setting, or is it rising? No, it's setting. It hasn't been nighttime yet. Yeah, he's ready to go. I love talking to my Pokemon. They actually tell you a lot. They really do. You just gotta tune in, listen to your Pokemon, bond with them, and they will show you the love. They will show you the love. Alright, it's a bit rainy. I'm pretty sure you don't want to be out in it. I know I don't. At least not in this kind of rain. I love a nice, gentle rain. Yeah. No. No thanks. Ah! Take him out, buddy. That's my dude. That's my dude. Yeah. Oh, I was like, why is that Sudowoodo running? Because it's raining outside. Naturally. I will show one of my favorite spots to picnic out here. Picnicking is a mechanic I really enjoy. Not just for the sandwich making, but sometimes it can be a real vibe, especially at night. This is actually, I mean, the rain's not my favorite, but let's take a look at this really nice spot. Ooh, flying through the trees. That's a really nice aesthetic. I'm glad that I'm capturing this on camera for you guys right now. Really awesome. Where's the spot? It's not here. Excuse me while I fly through these trees. Actually, I need a brief moment to check around and see. Oh, I know where it is. Got a little disoriented. Maybe I was distracted by flying through the trees. I guess this would be a good time to watch out for any shiny Sudowoodo, because they will be scampering away, but I don't think that we'll see any. Ah, this is the spot. So check this out. You've got these beautiful trees right here. Two beautiful trees kind of flanking the area. You're surrounded by a lot of, to me this is the most foliage that you can kind of get around this area. Let's zoom out a little bit. And then I kind of just set my thing up right here, and then at nighttime you get this really nice glow. Look at that. Just a nice little glow, nice little autumn glow. Sometimes you can set it up closer to the trees, but look at this. Yeah. Obviously not the rain. Not the rain. But we had one really nice view in Castle Royale Lake. Just ignore the rain, but look at that. You know, that's really nice. That's really vibey. Sometimes I will set it up closer to the tree. I don't necessarily like being on that cliff, but you can kind of light the tree leaves up a little bit. Yeah. Just a little flash of color. A little bit of that sense of shelter. That's so cool. And then like, if you have the right Pokemon here, trying to smile through the rain. Yeah, that's really cool. You can get some really cool Pokemon pictures that way. I'm a big fan. Whose Pokeball do I have? Oh, that's Apom's ball. Yeah, that's right, because Apom's first in party. Why not? Literally for no reason. Literally for no reason at all. Yep, we are just chilling. It would be nice if there was some sort of like makeshift shelter thing that you could put up, but it's really not that big of a deal. We're just for aesthetics. Hello guys, hello. I have a feeling that in the next video, I'll probably be switching up the team. These guys, they've had a nice run, and I bet you that they would love to head back to their boxes. I will say that if you've watched the anime, it's blanking on me, but the anime with Ash and Go, the Cerise Labs, that's what I've always kind of thought Pokemon boxes were like. I've always thought that they were these like, it's just like one giant Pokeball. So like the Pokeball, if we're like taking the Blueberry Academy as canon, and if we're taking the Blueberry Academy design as to like a theory of what it's like inside of a Pokeball, then I'm taking the like box idea as like each one of those are like big giant biomes, like the Blueberry Academy, where a cluster of Pokemon can kind of like cohabitate and live. I'm really hoping that in future Pokemon titles, and even as Pokemon Home updates, they will kind of include something like that. Because yeah, I mean, for now, all the Pokemon are kind of sequestered to little box slots, but with a little imagination, we can scrub that from 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 the canon, at least in our heads, right? So that's always something fun for me. It is kind of at the 30-minute mark. There's no like hard and fast rule. I kind of want to keep it at that mark just for purposes like when I watch other streamers, that seems to be a pretty good amount of time to be able to compile videos. Obviously live streams will be longer, but as we cap it off, I'm glad that we got to take a little flight from Cascarafa all the way out here to this beautiful autumn wilderness. I think as somebody that loves the, yeah, I was doing a shiny check. As somebody that loves the outdoors and indoors equally, I think it would be a good time to find a nice place to fly and chill. Preferably somewhere nice and chilly. And I know Zapapico is that place. This is another town that I really adore. And more this town than most, I just get that desire to go into the interiors. I know that there was some allegedly scrapped content for Zapapico where you could go into one of the buildings. Oh, I just love this little town. It's just so nice. I've been to Mykonos before, and I think that's why I love Cascarafa so much, but also this kind of gives Mykonos vibe with this like really smooth stone. The stone buildings in Mykonos are very smooth to the touch, and you kind of get that vibe when you see these like doorways. Yeah, I think one of these buildings was supposed to be actual content that you could access. So it would be nice to be able to see what that would have looked like. But yeah, what a nice little relaxing town. So I think I might cap it off here. I'm already excited to make the next video. It's gonna be really fun. Oh, and would you look at that? It's raining outside, so I think I can't use the emotes, yes I can. I will bid all of the babes adieu. Thanks for attending the VibeStream. It was a really good time. I hope you guys got some fun little picnicking tips, some nice little picnicking spots, and you got to enjoy the fall vibes. Until next time, we're going inside.